Alright, it's your boy Wolfgang 1305. Yesterday was a great day. My roommate Chris Locke with a Locke, um, he got evicted for not paying his rent and prolonging the inevitable for not paying his rent. He made up all this BS lies saying that, oh, my lawyer's helping me with my income taxes, and I haven't even got my stimulus check. Okay, so right now, we are in July. This year is almost over with. Um, I think it's a crock of shit. And he used to live right here. And he made so many excuses. Like one night, him and I actually talked to him, and I told him that I was upset with him, and that he told me that he had um, taken care of this other guy's kid's baby. And I go, is it yours? He's like, no. I'm not 100% sure if it's his. Um, I don't know if it's the other guys, but he's been talking to this one big girl on the phone. Only time I seen one big girl that came here one night, I was coming out of the shower and she was looked like she was ready, wanted to use the bathroom. And then one night he had um, same thick girl from Vermont, and like it was really late at night. I would say it had to been around like after midnight, and yeah, it was just a pain. And so as I was saying that I made a video of it. I'm gonna post it on YouTube, and obvious. I live in a rooming house. I have my own room, and there's another room down behind curtain um, number 3. But excuse me. So this guy right here, he didn't want to pay rent. Well, I shouldn't say didn't. He only paid like a buck 80. Yeah, buck 50 or a buck 80. That hasn't even put in on a dent then that he owes. So he owes like over $1,000, and like he didn't even bother working with the landlord, or not even saying like, hey, I'm sorry that I fell behind in rent. Um, you know, work's been very slow. But one day he had a huge argument with my landlord. I was there to witness it and everything else. And it was an intense argument, but we won't get into that. That'd be um, later on in life. Um, but I won't make a video of that, of the conversation, the intense conversation. But he fucked up big time. He called the cops on my landlord for taking um, this plant right here and the other one behind the door. I decided, I saw them outside. Um, I didn't want no one to take them, so I brought them in, and so they won't get stolen. Being the nice person I am, to a certain extent until you piss me off. And then I become your worst nightmare. Um, like literally, I will become your worst nightmare. And you be praying to God that I wish I would never ran my mouth or say anything. But this guy right here called the cops, and the obvious he got his plants back. Instead of like being a piece of shit, calling the cops on the landlord for taking your plants, you should have called the landlord out. That would have been the smart thing to do. Oh, but I forgot. He's not that intelligent. He would have paid his rent. But Chris didn't bother paying his rent. Chris decides to duck and hide and not pay his rent. Excuse me. Chris decides to ignore and not call the landlord and say, I'm sorry that I'm late. He should have had some idea. But he says that he was losing hours at his job, which as he worked at Market Basket on Fort Eddy Road and Walmart, up on the Heights, third shift. So he was working 2 jobs. Yeah, that's good. But I asked him, "Can you come up with $500?" This is like last month, and he was like, "I can't come up with $500." Okay, not this week, but he said next week I can come up with 500. All right, so that's good. No money, no rent, nothing. So this is where he put like the money, like his you know, what do you call it? Um I can't think of the name of it, but you guys know what I'm talking about, um like a money order type thing where you, yeah, like a money order. And he just put it right there on that plaque. But he never did that whatsoever. Never made no communications, did nothing. So Chris in the video I'm gonna post, it's my video, everything happened yesterday. So when I post this video, this is the second video, but I'm gonna post the first video. I'm gonna want you guys watch and see how it all happened. And I'm gonna also post this video as well, on hopefully on Instagram, Twitter. Um, I know it's going on YouTube. The other video is going on YouTube because it's too big to fit on Instagram and Twitter. Um, so, you guys, be safe out there. Wear a mask when you go in public places. You have to protect yourself. I do when I go shopping or I'm going into the store. I wear a mask. We have to start protecting ourselves from this whole COVID thing. And the people that don't want to wear masks when they go into public stores, well, I just feel sorry for you. That's all I gotta say. I will pray for you, but yeah. Um. So, like I said, he had a nice room, decent place to live, quiet. But this is what happens. People chose drugs. And there's one big girl, I'm sure he's talking to, because he likes talking to big girls. which I don't have a problem with that. I like big girls. Um, my exes, they're big girls and thick girls. Um, but yeah, um, I'm sure he probably shacked up with her, and I'm sure that he probably told her some lame BS story on why he's not staying there, and um, no, I'm sure he had to call his parole officer as well too. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that though too. Oops. Yeah, he's on parole, and his sure he better tell his parole officer that he has no place to live, that he's staying in Allenstown. That's what he told me, that he's been seeing this girl that he's been talking to in Allenstown. Um, Allenstown's not that far from Concord. It's between like Manchester and Pembroke, but no, I should say it's between Hooksett, sorry, and some other wacky town. But anyway, besides the point, I'm sure he probably stayed with her and told her some lame, like I said, some lame BS story along with his parole officer. And um, if he ever did call his parole officer, no one knows. But yeah, all he had to do was just pay his rent. He would still be living here, but yeah, it's just that it's too bad. I know that motherfucker's about to come to his senses. Is like only person that he can blame is himself. He can't blame no one else for his stupidness of not paying rent. To you people out there, I know like this whole COVID thing, and it's just you guys are going back to work. That's good. Work with your landlords. Tell them what's up. Even though you're far behind in rent, just say, hey, use your MasterCard, your debit card, whatever you have, or checking. Make sure you have enough money to cover your rent. Because if you have a good place and you're a good tenant, work with your landlord, and your landlord will work with you. He or she or they or a big company will be gladly to work with you. They understand what this whole pandemic thing. Um, they will gladly to appreciate that you are making efforts to put money towards rent. You just don't not have no communications with them whatsoever, because it looks bad on you. The more you ignore them, the more it looks really bad. And then it's like, hey, they come around that day when they're for rent. Where is it? And now they're stuck dishing out money to take you to court. So, yeah. Don't be like this idiot right here. Just work with your landlords. Work with the company that owns a lot of properties. They could work with you, but don't work against them. He or she, they will help you. And as long as you put money, again, towards your rent, just tell them there's more coming. I just went back to work. They can understand. And then you can just try to work like some type of a payment arrangement. If your rent is about 1,000 or 12,000, put $90,000 on your rent. Or if you have like a $800, just give them extra, because they'll just say, hey, here you go, here's extra, extra, extra. And then after that, you'll be caught up, and then you got your other bills to pay. It's better to have a roof over your head during this times of era, or should I say these times of end times. But you guys, just be safe out there, and don't be like this guy right here. Have a good day. Oh yeah, please leave a comment, leave a like, and please subscribe to my channel. Be safe.